Hi, I'm Brian Cook. I'm a trainer with the Self-Sufficiency Training Unit. Today I get the chance to sit down with Kim Fredlin and ask her some of the questions that we've had from people that have come through class and also out in the field. I'm hoping to have a real candid conversation with her and get some more answers about what's the new direction of the agency. You know, Kim, we get a lot of questions from people who've gone through the class and people that are out in the field, and what they'll say is, you know, all of this stuff is really, really great, but I know that when I go back to my local area, I won't feel supported, or actually, if I even talk to people about this way of engaging families, I might get in trouble. Like, there's actually some fear there. What kind of advice or what things would you say to someone feeling that?
Well, first of all, I would say that I don't want people to feel like that they would be in trouble for doing the kind of work that we're asking people to do. I would say that, every office is a little bit different about how comfortable they are, where they are in the evolution process, about really taking on this new work. And I think some people are really uncomfortable with the what we're asking them to do. And, there may be a little bit of fear that is really coming across as resistance because maybe they're afraid that they won't know how to do this as well as they do their current job. And what I would ask of the trainees is be courageous, because you might find that there are other people in the office who are also afraid to be courageous and really take on this new work. Or you might find that you're that tipping point in the office where it really, the whole office kind of, says, oh, hey, this is okay, and we can do this and we can make it work. And so be courageous. This is about change, and this is really about helping families change their life.
You know, I think that's really helpful advice. There's some people who come back with, when we maybe have talked a little bit like that with them in response, they'll say, well, this is too touchy-feely, or we're just giving families benefits without any parameters. What would you say to some of that kind of cynicism, or the feelings that they have about that?
Yeah, I think the work that we do is somewhat touchy-feely because we are working with human beings, and we are working with them because they really would like to change their life. Maybe they're not even recognizing it yet that they want to change their life. And so there has to be enough trust and relationship built for that conversation to really happen. And when somebody has really opened up and made a plan with you about making a change that's really hard, if they don't actually take the action that they've said is important to them, they're going to have life consequences that are going to happen because of that. They're not going to get the change that they want. And so I think that's a consequence in itself. I also would say that as a family coach, you don't want to ignore those things. I don't think it's accountability in the way that they're thinking of accountability. It's really more a process of caring about the individual enough to ask them questions about, this was really important to you when you made this plan with me and you didn't follow through, or you didn't do it. What happened? Why didn't it happen? Do some problem solving, debrief with them. I mean, there's lots of times that we know we should do something that we don't. That's a human nature trait.
That's helpful. There's a lot of passion around this, and so there's been a few instances where myself or a co-trainer will be visiting a branch, and just kind of our sheer presence, we've had people stop us in our tracks who are friends and people we know, but they'll kind of say, with some seriousness behind it, because we know them, don't bring that beep here, or don't bring this here. I've got 5 years to retirement. I just want to keep doing this way. What would you say to that level of passion around this?
So, I mean, what we are doing is really engaging with people to change their life. And you can't phone that in. You can't sit back and do that passively. You have to care about people. You have to come to that conversation honestly and openly. You have to truly engage with that human being and have a real connection with them if you really hope that they will trust you and open up. And if after a lot of soul searching people are saying that's not for them, maybe they should be looking for other parts of the organization that are a better fit for them.
Thanks. That's helpful. That's good advice.